Welcome to Pro Product Guru Group again. This video is talking about product execution question. So basically, it's a trade-off question. In this question, we're gonna ask the interviewee, who's also one of the experienced product manager, about a trade-off question, which is how will you decide to launch something, a profile photo, a profile filter in front of your DP. There's a Facebook feature, or should we not launch that? So that's the question. Let's go for it.
Okay.
So you are the PM at Meta, and you want to decide. There's a feature where basically you can add filter on your profile photo. Like for example, on Facebook Blue app, you can say you are vaccinated, or like in LinkedIn you have like I'm open to work, hiring, and that kind of stuff, right? So
Yeah.
on Facebook also we have something similar where you can add filter. You can say you are traveling, or you can say you are vaccinated. So you are the PM of that feature. Now you want to decide, you want to launch it, or you don't want to launch it. So how will you decide?
Um, okay. Sorry. Just to clarify, a is this a feature that is actually currently live in Facebook,
No, so
or is
basically,
this like a
yeah, going back
potential?
5 years down the line, it's not active. You are about to launch, so you have to decide what are some of the trade-offs of launching and not launching. Yeah.
Okay.
And let me know, I can change the question if you have already seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. Yeah. I just wanted to. I just wasn't sure if this was actually a thing or not because I don't remember seeing it. Question about the feature. So the example you gave for this filter is like if you're vaccinated or if you're traveling. Are those the only two potential like filters you can add to your profile, or like what is the scope of the types of filters you could add?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of filters that you can add. Let me see, and also add things like you have voted for. Like there's a voting going on in the province, and you have already voted for some person. So you can say you have already voted. So that is another filter. There's a war happening. You can say you have donated, um, stuff like that. So those are some of the other examples.
Okay, so I've voted, I'm vaccinated, I'm traveling, and I've donated.
Yeah,
It's like those are the
those are
op-
the main filters. Yeah.
options. Okay, so okay, I'll just start off with a summary of like how I'm going to approach this. So first, I'll talk about the product goals for this profile filter feature, and like why we might want to.
Show you how does this look like if you have not seen it. So this is
Okay.
this is Facebook, and basically I can choose any filter. Like climate action is one filter which I chose, and English word is climate action, and then friend of earth, love the earth, climate steward, love unite us, love the earth. So basically these are different filters. I can type anything I want. So this is the feature I'm talking
Okay.
about. Got it? Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Um, okay, so just starting off to talk about like the product and the goals, um, especially when you think about Meta and Facebook's mission, it's to connect people and bring people closer together. Um, and the the business goals, the most important business goals for Meta are user engagement. Like the higher the like MAUs and the higher level of user engagement, the more revenue they make off the ad revenue. Now, in thinking about why we want to launch this profile filter feature, um, this feature allows like, customization of your filter, and it seems like primarily to um, give users let users announce that they're supporting some cause or they took some kind of action like voting or vaccination or donation. I think the goal of allowing users to do that would be to like raise awareness of those causes to basically broadcast to their network, the social, like the friends and family that they've participated in this cause or this action, and spur to spur other people in their network to do the same thing, and also maybe to get some like engagement from their network, like their followers, in forms of like positive validation, feedback, comments, likes, etc. So I think that would be the main reason for allowing those types of like preset filters. Um, it seems like there's another option to allow the users to like create their own filter and add whatever text or designs that they want out of like some kind of like library of designs. So I think the goal in that case would be to just allow users to have a little more fun with their profile photos. Rather than just uploading the regular picture, you can just be more creative and spice it up with your own design and text of like whatever it is that you want to tell your network about. That's like you feel like is important enough to put into like advertise basically in your profile photo. But again, I think the goals or the user goals would be the same. Is like they want to kind of stand out from the other people in their network, and like maybe it's a way to get attention, or like to encourage like comment and feedback and like likes and etc. from their network, and get positive validation. So I think thinking about those user goals, I think it ties into the overall like business, the business goals of Meta as well, to improve user engagement in the form of like MAUs, DAUs, but also like common interactions with their friends and family and their network. So maybe the hypothesis is that like by launching this profile photo filter feature, users will be more engaged with Facebook, because it's a new way for them to express themselves, and also like encourage comments and interactions with their network.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
I'll pause there. Does that seem to make sense? Or
Yeah, that makes sense. So you are saying overall the reason why one of the hypotheses is by launching this profile frames, it will help in engagement. People will engage with the post more. Maybe there will be more likes, comments, and people will also share other frames as well.
yes, that's right.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Go forward.
Okay. Um, okay, so next I'll just talk through the user journey. So thank you for showing me the feature. I was like, that was the first time I've seen it, so I don't know all the details about it, but I'll just, based on what I saw, I'll just make an assumption of what the user journey is like. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So I assume the entry point for this is like it lives with on the same screen as your profile picture. So it's like, you go to your profile picture, you can edit and upload a new picture, or like after you've uploaded a picture, then you have the option to add this filter. And I assume um, the default options are to like select from one of those preset list of filters, like I voted, I vaccinated, I donated, etc. And then there's also an option to create your own. So I think there you have like a library of designs, like different frames that you can put around your filter, and then like add text like within the the filter design, and it seems like you're free to add whatever text that you want there. Is that is that the correct understanding of the general user flow?
Uh, so yeah, so you basically you can go to your profile photo and under your profile photo there's a section called add frame. You can select bunch of frames. You can search for frames. You can copy others' frames. That's how you can do it. Yeah.
Okay, and then I assume after you've added it and you can preview it before
Yeah.
you actually
Publish.
publish
Yeah.
and post it.
Correct.
And then I assume after you've published it, there will be a post on your newsfeed, on your profile, that says, you've updated your profile photo. It shows the new photo with the frame. And I guess if you use one of the default frames, it probably says something like I voted and I'm vaccinated, I've donated, like to like highlight what it is that you've done.
Yes, that's correct.
And if you created your own filter and added your own text, I'm not sure if would the post like have the text, like would it like repeat the text of the filter?
So it has to be under certain words. So it cannot be like 50 characters. So the
Yeah.
filters are like only 10 characters or something. So it has to fall under one certain guideline. So then only you can add text.
Okay, so the text has to be under a certain limit, but that text would be repeated on the text of the update post.
Yes, it will be repeated. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just so you save the new photo with the frame to your profile. It shows up as a new post on your profile, and it gets sent to. It shows up in your friend's news feed as like a new post. Like Mary has donated and changed their profile picture. I don't know what's exactly, but basically, users, your network should see it, and then they have the chance to like or comment or share or etc. under your post.
Correct.
Okay. So now I'm just going to think about some of the metrics we want to consider with this new feature. So I'm just going to take a minute or two to just jot. Okay, so actually I have written down a few metrics, and I'll share my screen because I think it might be a little easier to. Okay, I'm just going to skip this part. We already talked about it. Okay, so assuming we were to launch this feature, the first thing we would want to consider is the number of users who are even discovering that this is a new feature that you can use with your profile photo. You can measure it per day, week, or month. But assuming that we want to test it, I think we probably want to look at a week, because a month is too long. Usually A/B tests are run within like a matter of weeks. So pick a week. So you want to see the number of users discovering the frames feature like per week out of the total users, like the total weekly total weekly active users. And then you'd want to just basically check the whole funnel for usage of that feature, like out of the people who discover it, like who see that it exists, how many of them actually try it and start to engage with it, to like play around with the different frames, and then just you can see how many of them get to like the point where you can preview the photo, and how many actually get to the point of actually publishing it, so that their photo is updated and like the post appears on their profile and their friend's newsfeed. You can also break down the metrics by looking at what types of frames people are either trying out or like publishing. Like, are they using the default frames, and like which ones, or are they choosing to create their own frames? So that's like basically the creation journey up to the point of publishing. After you publish the profile photo with the frame, you want to look at like how many people in the user's network will like viewed your update post, and then how many like interactions do you have that post in the form of likes, comments, and reactions. So, so I'll pause there for a minute. Is like, does that make sense, or do you have any questions on any of those?
Are these all engagement metric, or is it like list of everything?
I think basically in the journey, in the journey is about like adoption. So maybe I'll separate this up. So first the first few are like feature adoption. It's like basically around the discovery of the feature and like usage and adoption of the feature, and then I guess these last two are engagement metrics, looking at if this feature is having a positive impact on engagement or not, in the form of like increased interactions with your post. And I think maybe another interesting thing to measure here is not just the number of interactions on the photo post itself, but compare that to let's see, the average number of interactions on the user's previous post. And I guess we'd probably have to put some number like on like maybe let's just choose like the previous 5 posts, just to have like some kind of recent metric of comparison. So then we can try to assess if like this type, the photo frame update post is getting more interactions compared to the normal posts, which would just be text, like text or photo / media updates.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Any other metric you can think of?
I think I think shares could also be shares, or like messages, like direct messages could be a metric, but I actually can't remember if I can't remember if you can actually direct message someone as directly from a post or not, or no, I don't think you can, but I think you can share if your profile is public, right?
Yeah, if your profile is public or you are friends with someone, then yeah, you can comment and you can share.
Shares. Yeah, well, I think probably that counts as number of yeah, I think those are the main adoption and engagement metrics I can think of.
Okay.
I did consider some like risks and counter metrics. I think the main risk with this type of feature is, well, the goal is that you want to generate like positive engagement, in the form of like, you hope you have like the user would probably hope they have validation around like announcing whatever it is that they want to put in their profile photo. But the risk of that is that it could actually backfire. It could not be positive for whatever reason. Like for example, a lot of the causes in these default filters, like vaccination or donations or voting, it's quite polarizing. So yeah, in terms of like engagement, you could have you could actually have like negative engagement, like it might, because like for example, reactions is not just like a heart. I mean, there's like angry signs and like those types of reactions too. So you could get angry reactions or comments, and it can like make the user feel bad, and it can actually maybe even lead people to then like delete the frame photo, or just like undo the whole thing. And another another thing is like, if we're allowing people to add whatever text they want in their frame, there's, I don't know, it could be abuse or just promotion of abusive or harmful content that we don't necessarily want to, like Meta doesn't want to be promoting. Like for example, someone could like write like "Go neo-Nazis" in their photo and like have that published as a frame. Like I don't think Facebook as a platform wants people to like be posting that kind of like content and promoting it as like someone's Facebook photo, because then it makes it look like Facebook is supporting neo-Nazis. So yeah, that's another potential risk. And another risk is just the comments, debates, abuse, like especially if it's a very controversial or sensitive topic. Like it's, in a way you could say it's engagement in that people would be commenting more, but it's not necessarily going to be positive, healthy engagement. Thinking about the trade-offs is like, if this should be a feature or not, I think we want to measure if we are getting if we're getting enough adoption for one, and if the engagement as a result of this feature adoption is if it's positive engagement and increasing the like overall like active users on Facebook, but at the same time not causing these like counter metrics and potential negative effects to drastically increase. But I think you can assume that it might be like some level of this, like the negative reactions or debates happening, but you have to decide like how, if we want to launch this or not. Like hopefully the positive impacts on engagement will outweigh any potential negative effects.
Right. One question I have. So, which is your North Star metric?
I think it would be this one, because I think the user, of course, we want people to like adopt it and use it, but as the user, because they've gone through some effort to choose a frame or customizer, etc., and they want to see some like reward for their effort in terms of the interactions. So yeah, I think we want to measure if this new feature is causing more interactions on their post, and then like helping people stay more engaged on Facebook.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. So you mentioned how you're gonna decide what, like launching this feature versus not launching is, you're gonna do A/B testing. That's what you mentioned.
I would want to launch it as a experiment. So yeah, of course let's say well, yeah, of course, the control, there's no profile frame feature. It's just exactly the same as what it was before. Just you upload your picture and that's it. But your variation, I think you could have two variations here. Like you could have variation 1 with only the preset filters. List. You can choose from list of preset frames, and then I think variation 2 can choose from preset frames or customize your own. So, well, of course, Facebook does not. You should not test this everywhere at once. So you should pick a few markets, maybe like New Zealand or Ireland, English speaking markets, but without such a huge population. Like, probably don't want to test this in the U.S. first. So I'll just pick, New Zealand, Ireland, and then you'd want to run it for long enough to get a significant result. I mean, with the scale of Facebook and their users, I'd say probably 2 weeks is probably enough. So yeah. And then you'd have to look at the results and the impact on these metrics. So I think this is the primary thing you'd be looking at, like the number of interactions on the photo post, and then you compare that to, it's interesting as well if you can compare if like the profile photo post has more engagement than the like previous posts, but you'd also want to measure if interaction on Facebook is going up in the time like after you've used this feature. So yeah, I think things you could look at would be the like sessions per user, sessions like per week per user out of like the people who've actually in the variation groups who've used this feature, and you could look at the overall like time spent on Facebook, and yeah, you can look at if the users who like use this new profile photo, like are they becoming more active by like commenting or interacting with other people in their network or other types of Facebook posts. Yeah, so I think you would, if you think that this feature has a positive impact, you would expect to see an increase in all of these metrics compared to the like variation, or sorry, the control with where you don't have the profile frame feature.
So let's take an example. We see an increase in all these metrics, but the overall time spent on Facebook per week is decreasing. What do you think the reason is?
I think in that case, okay, so basically you're saying we run this experiment, we see the number of okay, let me just write the scenario, like the number of interactions increased, but the overall time spent on Facebook is decreasing.
Right.
Okay, so I think in this case we'll need to dig a bit deeper into what's going on. I think my hypothesis here might be that there's like a negative impact in terms of like like what I mentioned earlier with the risk that this might actually not get a positive reaction from your network, but it might get a negative reaction. Um, so so in this case, like what I imagine might happen is that like you have interactions and that like people are commenting or posting a reaction to your photo frame, but it was not a positive reaction, so you feel maybe you have like a negative feelings now towards like this experience and like Facebook, and you decide to stop using Facebook for like some time after, like, or stop using it as frequently for some time after that to like kind of like get away from the negativity that was caused by um, the new profile frame feature. Um, no, I think that covers it. I mean, I think just thinking about this potential the negative reaction from your network. I think I mean of course it is good to like test this and A/B experiment and like look at the results. But if I were thinking about it, like thinking about like people and like their like what they choose to share, I think they probably I think that they're more likely to like if they think it's controversial and like they think they might get a negative reaction, they might just not use the feature at all. So I think it's probably more likely that people who are inclined to use this feature like think they will get a positive reaction from it. So therefore, I think it's my hypothesis that overall the feature would have like greater positive impact on engagement and overall metrics. And of course, the negative risks are there, but they're probably they'd probably be minor because I think unless people are less likely to even use this feature if they think they're going to get a negative reaction from it.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. Okay, anything else?
No, I think that's all.
Cool. Do you want to do self-reflection?
Yeah, I think it was a little difficult to like understand the feature at first. So thank you for the quick demo. Yeah, I think yeah, I think I think thinking about the metrics, I should have made it clear like what kind of metric it was, like the adoption engagement. So yeah, it was good to split it out later, but I probably would have been better to like categorize it from the beginning, like make it easier to follow. And I didn't explicitly call out the North Star, and I should have earlier, but I'm actually I said the North Star should be the interactions on the photo update post, but I'm not sure if like limiting it to like just the post is better or just like thinking about the overall number of interactions. So yeah, I'm not sure if like that this is actually the best answer of like North Star, but
Yeah, I think overall, if you can go up. So overall, I think I like your answer. There was a lot of like structure, and I can walk through like what you're talking about in terms of like you clarified by asking a lot of good questions, and then goals and mission of Facebook was clear. I think the part which was missing was in the user journey. Before entering into user journey, maybe you can talk about the users also. Like this, like there's different kinds of users who can use this platform, right? They can be users who are posting it, users who are viewing and commenting, like the general audience, and the platform in general as Facebook. So these three users we care about, and there will be different metric for different user journey for these users. So the person who is uploading or adding frames, their user journey will be okay, logging into Facebook platform, discovering this feature, adding the frame. Then liking, commenting, sharing will be the audience part, the different kind of user. And as a platform, what does Facebook care about? Facebook care about is both these users, like the commenters, as well as the people who are adding the frames. They should be healthy in terms of numbered interactions and all. And the North Star metric should be the one which covers all these users. So I think the North Star metric which covers all these users now I'm thinking is like, comment, shares is an important metric that tells the healthy part of this, but I don't think it covers the number of users uploading or using the frames. But I'm not sure which metric will be covering that part. That's what I'm thinking. I'm also struggling a little bit to answer this North Star thing, but I think overall your North Star makes sense here.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the feedback on the user journey. Yeah, I think that's a good point. It's like definitely because it's yeah with Facebook and or Instagram, it's always like two sides, like the creator, poster, and then
Yeah.
the commenter or slash viewer. So yeah, I think it's yeah, it's definitely good to think about both sides.
Yeah, I think that's it. Overall, your metric was fine. You also covered, okay, if like the negative metric, which is like if this post is going up, what is the overall health on the system or health on the Facebook? It should also go up. It's not like we are jeopardizing or doing something harm to the platform. We should measure that. You covered that part also, which I like. Yeah. Cool. Overall, good answer.
All right, thank you.